We have been having a number of regional-based meetings, meeting counties, interagency committees, which basically constitutes the county security committee, the regional security committees. And we bring on board other important actors like Kenya Bureau of Standards, the Kenya Revenue Authority, the Directorate of Public Health, who are key stakeholders on issues of control on drug and substance abuse. The purpose for our meeting here was basically to meet that team, to hear what they are doing, what challenges they are facing, so that we can be able to see how we can work together to address the growing challenge of drug trafficking in the region and also issues of compliance on alcohol and drug abuse control measures. Basically, that's why we are here, and we are going forward to try and implement what we have agreed here. And our objective is to try and work together to deal with this challenge of trafficking in the region. I am saying that we have received a lot of challenges around the issues of licensing. Yeah. As you are aware, licensing was devolved to counties, the licensing of premises. And from our surveillance, we find a lot of issues that are of concern, one of which is the licensing where you do not indicate where the premise is and on which plot number. And as a result, I'll take a license because it's not saying where I am going to do this business, and I can open 10 bars in Garissa town using one license. Those are some of the issues that are coming out. And we are saying that in licensing, the county authority need to be keen about the premises where these are. They describe them properly. They also need to know what they are selling in those premises. And they must also conform to minimum public health requirements. Those are some of the challenges that we see. Others license it as a banned restaurant, and there is no restaurant. Licensing so that they are able to weed out the licensing in premises where it is even risky to expose the public into an area which is not policed, for example, out there in the bush. People have been exposed to some of these dangers because the licensing is not cognizant of the danger of premises which are being licensed, and therefore there are outside areas where police cannot secure them. Those are the issues we have been discussing, and I think from here, those are the issues the officers will be addressing. We would like to hear where licensing of marijuana has worked positively for the community. I can tell you a number of countries where they have licensed. They are regretting some of them why they did it. And let me tell you that marijuana is one of the most problematic drugs in the country currently. When you talk about licensing of marijuana, what you are trying to say is that we allow the marijuana for recreation. You know, you take it for fun, you take it to relax. That is what the argument is. Currently, under our legal framework, marijuana is only licensed for medical and scientific reasons. That is in the law. But if you are saying for recreation, then you can see what you are talking about. And I can tell you, marijuana is responsible, I think, the most abused narcotic in the country, and the most and the one responsible for most substance-related disorders. It's a choice you have to make.
These are a series of meetings that we have been having to discuss about drug trafficking that cuts across between our region and the eastern region. We have had one in Moyale, we had a recent one in Meru just the other day. And we have agreed on certain areas that we need to look into as security, and we have come with a clear way forward. And as implementers, we have promised to do the best that we can to make sure that we control this drug trafficking through our region. We have agreed that we are not big users of the drug. Much of the drug, we are just a transit point. Much of the drug is going to Somalia. And we were in agreement that the route to Somalia from Moyale, where it all starts from, is a long one. So we have a duty as a security organization, because the route cuts across two counties, to make sure, since we have a lot of roadblocks on the way, to make sure that we stop it before it reaches its destination. Our fear is that very soon Al-Shabaab may take up this one as a business on the other side to feed their people. And the way we are fighting contraband goods, we have vowed and we have agreed that we'll make all efforts to make sure that we fight drug abuse in this region at large.